welcome to the Big Bite here with Sunny and Shay on Brit Asia TV. I'm really excited because today we get to talk about entertainment, we talk about food, we talk to a celebrity, we have a discussion about our community. Actually, we do that every week.
Yeah, pretty much I was going to say
so I'm excited every week.
That's what the Big Bite is all about. Now, if you'd like to get involved with the discussion, you can always send us an email. It's info@britasia.tv or tweet us throughout the show as well. It's @BritAsiaTV, and you can tweet Sunny and I on @SunnyandShay. We're delighted to say our first guest for today is Davinder Prasad, General Secretary of BAPA. Davinder, thank you so much for joining us on the show. What does BAPA stand for?
First of all, let me thank BritAsia for giving us an opportunity to speak, on your show. It's great to be here. BAPA is British Organization for People of Asian Origin.
So are we included in that organization? Is that right?
And I think the reason we had to form this.
Yes.
The reason we had to form this, there are so many organizations already here, but why we had to form BAPA? Because what we are seeing in this country is that our Asians, we are into 4th or 5th generation now.
Yes.
Right.
And people still think of them as Pakistanis, still think of them as Indians or Bangladeshis or Sri Lankans. They're not talking to each other. They're not integrating with each other. They're not integrating with this country. I think we are into a situation. We need to realize that we are here to stay. Our children, our grandchildren, they are going to be here hopefully forever, and this is our country now. So I think we need to probably raise awareness that the time has come for us to start doing something, start showing to ourselves, to our children, that this is our country. We are British, nothing else,
Yeah, so do you think that these divisions in our communities are caused by religion or culture, or is it just, maybe people from back home thinking that we are portraying them, or our guilt factor that's put on to us by our families from back home? I say back home, but I'm talking about my mum and my dad, who still feel that they're very much Indian and that's their country, and we're just sort of still visitors there, even though they don't go back that often.
I think it's a bit of quite complex,
Yes.
I mean, I think I'll start with culture.
Right.
Culture is something which brings us together, right? I mean, we may be Pakistanis, we may be Indian, we may be Bangladeshi. There's so many things we share together. Food, we share together.
Yes.
Music, we share together. Our lots of things we do are common. Culture is something which brings us together.
Right. So what
I think it's the
divides us?
religious element which causes problems. Religious element, and plus, when our first generation people came here, they came here with a view that they're going to England, they will earn,
And they will go
money,
back.
and then buy lands, make big houses, and then they will go back and live there happily forever.
Quite, what you say is quite controversial to a certain degree, that, religion is the cause of our division. Isn't religion something that preaches peace, harmony, and cohesion? That is what religion is, core values, aren't they, from any background?
I fully accept that.
Right.
One of my friends, she's vice chair of BAPA.
Right.
And she's a Muslim lady from Pakistan.
Right.
And she sends me text every Friday.
Yes.
With a couplet from, from Quran.
Right.
And if I don't read the bottom 2 lines,
Yes.
which is Jummah Mubarak, you wouldn't be able to tell whether it's from, Granth Sahib, or it is from, Gita or whatever. Religion, if you look at every religion properly, most of the things religion, preach are exactly the same, right?
So if they preach exactly the same, in a sense, what we're saying, it's not religion, it's religious people.
Or
It's
people who are trying to
represent that religion.
That's right, because what's happened is, I don't know whether somebody has seen the film PK.
Yes, we have.
Starring
PK,
Amir
very
Khan.
interesting.
A very good film, and I think recommend everyone watch it.
Watch it, and that will probably answer your question.
Yes.
What has happened in the world, religions, and I'm not saying any particular, whether it's your Islam or Hinduism or Sikhism, religion have become so materialistic. It's all about money. You take money out, all religions will collapse,
Okay.
And so people, for their own selfish reason, they are now, if you're not happy with one temple, they will make another temple. If you're not happy with one Gurdwara, they'll make another Gurdwara.
Right.
Look at number of mosques we have. Do you need all these? So I think what we need to probably, we are not a religious organization, we're not a political organization, we are an organization which our main purpose is to remind people who have come from South Asian subcontinent that we were the same. You know, before partition, 50, 60 years ago has separated us. Before that, we have been together for centuries.
So it's about being British. It's
Being
about
British,
community
being
cohesion.
same, having, you know, our common culture. I think time has come. We need to probably concentrate that this is our country. We are never going to go back.
Now, it's funny you say that, you know, we've been together for centuries, but India was quite like Africa. It was divided by, and it was ruled by Mughals, it was ruled by families, and it was the British Empire that came and almost made India what it is today, one country. And as a result, that's where all the trouble have come from, because we are finding it difficult to mix with our own people back home. But when we come to Britain, we are all the same. We're all the brown. Everyone sees brown. No one sees our culture and our religion and where we come from. So why is it such a difficulty for people who are of, let's say, the first or second generation, disillusioned about identity?
I think some of it has come from parents, right?
Right.
Because you cannot discount, I mean, what parents tell you.
Right.
Some of it comes from religion, you know. But if you look at this country, it's one of the most civilized, one of the most tolerant, you know, one of the best democratic country in the world. And I find a lot of people who are so bitter about this culture, so bitter about this country. I ask them one question: if you don't like this country, don't like this civilization, don't like these people, what are you doing here?
Okay.
You know,
Good
if
question.
you tell us, if you hate it that much, tell us the country that you are in love with. We will do something to get you permission to go and immigrate there. And I tell you, we don't find even one person. We are here because this country is brilliant. You know, that is what we are making people aware.
Let's extend that a little bit, because you know there's a lot of discussion when you talk about identity. Let's remove religion. If we talk about identity and culture, and a lot of individuals who have come, you know, from India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh, come to this country and they want to hold on to identity. The main way that you can do that is either through your food or through your language. You know, we have a lot of first-generation individuals living in this country who still cannot speak a word of English, although they pay their taxes. They've lived in this country for 30 or 40 years. And then you have the other generations, those that are born here, who speak only English and cannot speak their mother tongue, whether that's whether that's Urdu, Punjabi, Gujarati. So that's when you have the first generation trying to say, well, look, you need to know your language from home, because otherwise you're going to lose, you know, your culture. And that's where the clash comes. How do we hold on to that? How do we balance that?
Shay, you know, this is a very interesting point you have raised, right? I tell you, because we deal with, and BAPA deals with young people as well, right?
Right.
And first generation, they are scared that, you know, the word that I want to use is heritage, right?
Heritage.
Heritage. You know, a Muslim doesn't want his children to forget that he's a Muslim. Hindu doesn't want his kids to forget he's a Hindu. Sikhs don't want to, you know, see their children going away from Sikhism. You know, we are not saying that by becoming British, you should just forget your heritage, because you know, this is the great thing about this country. It is so tolerant. It allows everybody to be free. You know, religious freedom, you know, is something they give you, right? Can you practice, you know, Hinduism, for example, in Pakistan? Can you, you know, practice Islam in somewhere else? You know, there are so many countries which will not allow the freedom that we have here, right?
I think you make a really good point.
You know, this
with
is
BAPA,
a brilliant country. We need to recognize it is brilliant. But going back to your question, heritage is important to everybody. I'm a Hindu. I would want my children to never to forget Hinduism, you know. But at the same time, I don't want my children, or a Sikh will not like his children, or Muslim will not like his children, to forget their heritage, because we have got a very proud heritage. Right? But there are lots of things that we have to adopt from British
I think
society.
you make a very good point, and I think your organisation is doing a tremendous job to highlight that we are British and we are one people, and we are paying the taxes to one person who doesn't see caste, religion or anything. I think you make a really good point there.
And Sanif, just one thing before.
Okay.
You know what is the most popular dish of this country?
Oh yeah,
What?
we know. It's the curry, man.
So this is Great Britain. They don't expect you to lose your taste.
No,
Right.
of course
They
not.
don't expect you to stop doing bhangra. This is a country which allows everything. We need to probably enjoy it together, is what BAPA is saying.
We need to get you in more often.
Well, we
I'll tell
definitely
you.
would love to. Thank you so much for joining us, Devinder, and talking to us about what's the website finally, if anyone would like more details.
Well, it's info@bopauk.org.
Okay.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
that
much.
is.
Thank you very much for coming in today and taking some time out with us. We're going to go to a break and we're going to come back. And when we come back, we're going to tell you what's happening on the rest of the show.